In a small German home in the late 19th century, a quiet boy named Albert Einstein sat by the window, lost in thought. Even as a child, Albert's silence spoke louder than words. He was different. Not because he knew more, but because he wondered more. While others played, young Albert watched the sunlight dance on the floor, asking questions no one else thought to ask. One day, Albert Einstein's father handed him a small compass. The needle always pointed north, and Albert gasped with wonder. He whispered, "Why?" A simple question that would guide his life. That tiny moment awakened in Albert the hunger to understand the invisible forces of nature. At school, Albert Einstein struggled with rules he did not accept. Teachers labeled him difficult. Classmates found him strange. But Albert's questions were not rebellion. They were curiosity seeking truth. He preferred thinking to rote answers, and in that quiet resistance, his mind slowly grew. A young Albert Einstein walked the snowy streets of Switzerland, carrying books and little money but many dreams. He was alone, misunderstood, yet persistent, convinced his questions mattered. Those cold walks shaped his patience and taught him to keep returning to the same puzzles until they yielded answers. By day, Albert Einstein reviewed patent applications. By night, he wrote ideas that would reshape science. No laboratory, no fame, only a tiny desk, papers, and a relentless mind. It was in that modest office that Albert quietly nurtured the thoughts that would one day change the world. In 1905, Albert Einstein published papers on light, motion, and time, 4 works that shook the foundations of physics. He did not chase fame. He chased truth. That year marked the moment when Albert's quiet persistence broke into brilliance. When Albert Einstein's predictions were confirmed in 1919, the world finally noticed. But Albert remained humble, curious, and always more interested in questions than applause. Fame arrived, yet his focus stayed on learning and discovery. In 1921, Albert Einstein received the Nobel Prize for the photoelectric effect. He accepted the honor with modesty. He later said, "It's not that I'm so smart, I just stay with problems longer." For Albert, perseverance mattered more than genius. As war enveloped the world, Albert Einstein watched in sorrow. His work helped open the age of the atom, and he felt the burden of responsibility. He spoke for peace, urging humanity to pair knowledge with wisdom. Albert believes science must serve life, not destroy it. In later years, Albert Einstein became both scientist and thinker, a philosopher of the universe. In later years, Albert Einstein became both scientist and thinker, a philosopher of the universe. For Albert, questions about meaning mattered as much as equations. In Princeton, an old Albert Einstein lived quietly, answering letters from children, walking with friends, and still wondering about the stars. Va did not stop asking or dreaming. The curious boy inside him remained alive to the end. Albert left the world in 1955, leaving a legacy far greater than any single discovery. Albert Einstein's name endures not just because of equations, but because he taught us to value curiosity, imagination, and compassion. His life reminds us that perseverance and wonder can change how humanity sees the universe. Albert's greatest lesson:
keep asking, keep imagining, and never stop wondering.